welcome. Today, we are casting the Warlords semifinal between Viper and Liereyy, as much of it as we can. So I just jumped in. We're going to get the settings here. Oh, sorry. Casting enable scoreboard. This is a best of 7, and it's 0-0. And this is semifinal. And it is Warlords. Okay. Now, back to the game. Looks like we are here on islands. And we're just going to catch up to the live time. That way we're not behind. And that way we don't have to watch too much of the islands. Now, Warlords. We've got a 9 villager start. So this game happens a little bit quickly. More quickly. And you know these players. These are top tier players. Maybe number 1 and 2 in the world. Very likely number 1 and 2 in the world here. You know, there's some other players who have an argument to be that number 1 and 2. But these are definitely 2 of the players in that conversation. Both players going for a front dock. It looks like it's going to be some fishing ships out for both of them, as they are in the Dark Age. It reminded me of an Empire Wars start, but it's not. Players are in the Dark Age here. And we are playing with Viper playing the Italians, maybe the best water civilization in the game. Liereyy playing as the Vikings, so a pretty classic matchup. We've been seeing this matchup for a long time. Nothing spicy like a Dravidians or a Bengalis, or, well, Dravidians is the better one there. Nothing like that. Nothing too crazy. No Korean tower shenanigans. We are seeing straight up water play. It's going to be galley versus maybe fire galley. We'll see what the Viper brings to the table. Now, the Italians' bonus that applies here is they get to age up a little bit earlier because their age ups cost a little bit less. The Vikings, on the other hand, have extra hit points on their ships and have a full water tech tree other than the fire ship line, whereas the Italians have a full tech tree. However, where it then differentiates once again is the Vikings have a unique ship, the Longboat, which is one of the best, if not the best, overall ship in the game. Viper already on the way up, so is Liereyy, so neither player is going to be able to get an advantage out of that quicker, or that on the timing. Both up with 23 population. That is 19 villagers for Viper and 20 for Liereyy. Interesting. Must have a loom over here. We have a loom over here and over here. No loom. That was worth skipping, I think. It's not like you're going to be in a Dark Age fight. So Viper getting loom there. Also, you're going to need some gold here in a hurry. He needs to put about 5 on gold right about now, I would think. Wouldn't you say? Oh, never mind. I thought we weren't going to see shenanigans. We're going to see shenanigans. We have a landing, ladies and gentlemen. We have a landing. Viper going to land on Lierey's base. Now, over here, wood lines, a little bit of space, and the gold being on the far side. So Lierey's going to be actually happy with where this one is. He's going to wall up here, wall here, and here. And transitional his eco over here, and he'll probably be fine. However, the Viper, looking at where he can go, it's going to drop an archery range right away, I would expect, as soon as he hits the feudal age. Now, Liereyy immediately queues up 2 galleys. 2 galleys. Don't think he's noticed yet. And Viper queues up fire ships, so he's going to try to defend. Only got 1 dock here. You can see in this little mist. I'm trying to see when the spotting happens, and I think Viper is doing a pretty good job at hiding. What does the Viper see? That's the next question. What can the Viper see? He saw those trees were chopped. He knows that's a wood line. He now saw that lumber camp. So Viper understands the position. Archers coming out on Lierey's base. Viper is one of the best water players in the game. Something I should have mentioned earlier. This is a matchup that Liereyy doesn't want to go into. Liereyy is the best Arabia player in the game. Viper, the best water player in the game, islands player in the game. So this is not Lierey's strong suit, but this is Viper at his best. 3 docks up now for Liereyy, looking like he's just going to go galley and battle it out. Viper's fire ship has shown up. The archer's not ready to go in just yet. The KD 0-2-0. That one fire ship out there. The Viper getting another one. But now here come the archers. And Liereyy now knows, hey, this isn't good. Viper brings the villagers to the fight. That's an interesting play. He's going to kill a villager because he brought the villagers. Oh, no. It gets away. Unbelievable. And now these villagers have to fight for their lives. This villager going to die for the Viper. I don't know why he brought his villagers in for that fight. But he did. And he knows better than I do. No fletching in for the Viper either. That makes these archers not near as effective as you would think they would be. Now one villager's down, but the scout's down for the Viper. He needs to wall this villager in, or else he'll lose it. And I think he wants it alive. Viper needs to be paying attention here. Going after the scout with a villager, fighting with everybody on everything. These villagers, they do have loom. Viper completely pushed off of water, so this landing... is his entire focus right now. 1 villager down. The Eco KD is 4-1 in favor of Liereyy. That's 4 fishing ships to the 1 villager. Now, Viper did loop back around. This is a great play by Viper. He knows he's not going to win the water, so he looped back around and he's killing the fishing ships of Liereyy. Liereyy didn't notice, lost 2 fishing ships before he thought to save them. Great playing by the Viper there. Excellent play. Liereyy. Viper continues to add things. Liereyy adding an archer range, going skirmishers to Viper, transitioning into skirmishers, and he's going to want to add scouts over here. That's probably the next play. Blacksmith being added, and Viper doesn't have a blacksmith just yet. As far as he does have one, so he's got fletching in. Could have just looked up there and seen that he had fletching. He's got 2 archers hanging out over here. Okay, that's where the archers went. Definitely doing a lot of damage now to Liereyy. Another villager likely to go down. She 0.88 speed versus a 0.96. Yeah, she's gonna go down. She stopped walking. Liereyy didn't click far enough, and Viper keeps swooping around with these fire ships, and the Eco KD now 7-4 in favor of the Viper. Now I would love to see scouts get added in. I don't know if we're gonna see that, but I think that would be pretty miraculous. This skirmisher gonna be going down. Viper doing his best to keep Liereyy off of food out here and off of wood on here, trying to cripple Lierey's eco. Liereyy does have 30 seconds of idle TC time due to this. It is behind by 5 villagers. 5 eco units? No, 5. Yes, 5 eco units. As Viper has cleaned up all the fishing ships of Liereyy. It's massive. Now, Liereyy moving on to berries for his only food economy. He does have, well, he has 16 on food. Where are the others? 16. Well, there's 4. Well, there's 6. 2. 3. Yeah, I guess there's 16 on food. There must be some hiding in here that were on food or something as well. Viper trying to keep this villager alive. She is kind of important to this play if he wants to add anything to this later. In the Castle Age, say, now Liereyy. Speaking of Castle Age, Liereyy... Well, I was going to say it's much closer, but all of a sudden Viper, he buys a couple hundred food, and now he's not that far off. Very similar positions, because you just need 200 gold. This extra 200 gold does help Liereyy if he uses it, but Liereyy doesn't have a market. He's adding a market now. If this market, as soon as this market goes up, he clicks up to the next stage, but not yet. Not yet. It's going to be close timings. I think Liereyy wins. No, he doesn't. Viper's on the way up. So Viper going to get to Castle Age first as well. And yep, now adding the stable. That's going to be for knights. Probably some scouts now. And that's pretty big. It's a big deal. This fishing ship, or this fire ship, could be getting some damage in there, but not able to do so. And always the threat of coming back on water. Liereyy didn't expect this landing. Just caught him completely off guard. 10-4 Eco KD. Viper adding this dock here on Lierey's island. Scouts are out and ready. The archers for the Viper are hanging out over here. And it's just a waiting game as they both wait to get to the next stage. They probably both realize, Lierey's probably paying attention to the score, realizes how close this is. The big play here was that Viper was able to transition across here with his fire ships and kill off. Now this is massive. And able to kill off Liereyy hiding his transport. Viper waiting for the transport. It slips by. That's a big deal. That is an absolutely big deal. This transport getting away is massive. If it doesn't... Okay, so what is this going to do? Because Viper doesn't have any defense back at home. He doesn't have stone. He's going to add a TC, though. I think he saved 100 stone on purpose. A TC in here, I know that's not the best position, but if you know the archers are coming, you put it somewhere like that, or even here. Or here. Somewhere to protect that gold mine. Viper immediately getting crossbow, bodkin, and war galley, and puts the TC right in the middle. Like I said, so protecting all of this as much as possible. Don't think then these 4 crossbowmen are going to be able to do all that much. Actually, it's elite skirm and bodkin, not even getting crossbow. So Viper trying to break through these walls. Like I said, they would be there. Viper also taking advantage on water. Now Viper holds water control, has better land control on his own island. Or his landing is much better than Lierey's landing. And Siege Workshop coming down on Lierey's base. Has the Viper noticed this yet? No, he buys 100 stone back and adds another town center. So Viper gonna be getting a lot of units out onto Lierey's base. At some point he'll have to address those 4 archers, but that point is not right now. Crossbowman out here. Siege Workshop gonna be coming up, and this is a weak point, that's for sure. I don't think he needed a gate there. I think regular old walls, baby, would do the trick. Now Liereyy spots the Siege Workshop. Well, he probably already spotted it. Drops his own. And waltzes into the Viper's base to find town centers everywhere. Now, this are now in the way. But there's another gold mine over here. Yep. And Viper's like, nah. He addresses the 4 crossbowmen by just garrisoning. Now he needs to ungarrison. Ungarrison's there. Viper. Viper. It does so. Liereyy adds a second town center. Viper, though, in control in this game. Making it look... not easy. But making it look pretty clinical. Say that, that's for sure. Escapes with 2 of the crossbows. Now it needs to add more. Where's that villager at for the Viper? Did that villager die? It's actually a pretty big deal if that villager died. Because Viper... Oh, there she is. She didn't die. She's just gathering some food. And Viper even has more fishing ships now than Liereyy. Control on land and water. 54 to 39 on the eco. This is why Viper is the best islands player in the game. Siege Workshop is spotted out. Both players know that they're siege for the other player. Now, something that would be fun is to transport to this side. But I don't think it'd be impactful, maybe enough. This focus here is what's needed, and Liereyy and Viper with their mangonel micro getting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to snipe each other's mangonels off. And this one's very weak. Both are repairing their mangonels. This one's very weak for the Viper, but he's repairing it. And Viper loses 1. Liereyy gets a 1 for 0 shot there. Can Viper return? No. Cannot return fire just yet. More mangonels? Not yet. Not yet. Viper focusing on his eco. 61 villagers. Focusing on the little things right now. Getting his eco into an advantageous position. Taking Liereyy off of water. But Lierey's added another dock. That'll be noticed here before too long. Liereyy adding another dock. Only 1 mangonel. So Viper's easing up on this and going to take control on the water. I'm guessing Liereyy I don't know what his play is. He's trying to hold this and get Viper off of his face. I think that's just his play. But that play is not good enough. Ah, the Knights. Out come the Knights. And a couple of Knights make a massive difference here. Especially because there's not hardly any villagers near this TC. The Knights can just run in under this. No concern. There's a hole here and a hole here. So this Knight could do a lot of damage for the Viper. Just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm not seeing any change for the positive for Liereyy. But again, Islands is a hard map to just finish out. You know, it's pretty difficult to just win the game outright. And like I said, this... Ooh, that was a solid connection. Somehow that mangonel did not die. Liereyy able to save it with just a few guys that are now Liereyy pushing his position. Okay, this is what he has to do. I don't think there's any other options. He's so far behind in every metric of the game. He has to do something surprising. He has to get over to Viper's base. He's done that. I should have thought of that as an option. I did not. This is why I'm a 1300 player, not a top tier player. Not just one of the many reasons. I love that play. Didn't even use the same transport. Made a new one. Didn't want to be spotted coming across. Wants this to be a complete surprise. He's going to sit here on the far side. And Viper is going to have to address this. See what Viper's response is, how fast it is, and how much Liereyy can get done. Liereyy does have an awful lot of military compared to Viper. Viper just making economy. That's it. Just making economy. Not worried about anything else. Liereyy hiding this until he's got battering rams coming. Ooh, this is actually good for the Viper if the archers fire off. Oh, Liereyy spots it and moves away. No, too tempting. Too many villagers walking in on them. Ah, this is painful for the Viper. Now he's losing a lot of villagers. This is the focus right now. Yes, we'll get back and see what's going on the other side in just a minute, but we gotta see how many of these villagers go down. Battering ram comes in. Viper, what's your response? Immediately adds a siege workshop at home. That's what's needed. Liereyy holding on the front, continuing to hold on the front. Viper still has this villager left, very weak. I would, you know, just go to a monastery, get a monk, and get that relic, and then you can convert things. Viper also adding a castle here at his own base. I don't know if he bought that or if he had that stone stacked up. He does have, looks like a couple hundred taken off of that mine, and plenty taken off over here. So yeah, definitely a lot that he had stacked up. And the Viper, he's Portuguese, he's Italians. Genoese crossbow isn't a unit that's going to be helpful, but all he needs is a few mangonels. He'll be just fine. Viper still pushing on the front, still trying to make it happen, and Liereyy still holding on. No, Viper, that was bad. You killed your own villager. I guess he can always transport another one. He does have pretty good map control. But he did lose his villager out there. This town center, is it going to go down? I don't think it's going down. Viper, he's now lost 17, or sorry, he's lost 15 villagers. The Eco KD is 17 to 15 in favor of Viper. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. 97 to 64 in the populations, though. Such a big difference. Such a massive difference. And I think Liereyy calls the GG once this army's cleared up. Ooh, going for the mangonel with the battering ram. I like that play. Not gonna happen, though. Do you call it? That's the question. When do you call it? Looks like he's pushing Viper back on its own island. He's got a few town centers, but there's knights. There's knights hanging out. Worker efficiency actually better for Liereyy over the last minute, but that should switch here in just a second. Liereyy, this is a pretty big deal. $30,000 tournament, semi-final. So Lierey's not going away quietly. That's for sure. TC finally going to go down for Liereyy, though. And that puts all these villagers completely at risk, completely exposed. And this is getting cleared up, and I just don't see a way for Liereyy. Viper is also on the way to the Imperial Age. That's why he hasn't been putting his foot on the gas. He's just taking his time, doing it slowly. So I'd say 2.5 minutes we see the GG, if not before. Six plus 2, 5 plus 2. The Genoese crossbow is actually more attack. I don't know the firing rates. Let's see. 2 seconds between attacks with versus 2 seconds between attacks with a tiny bit less fire delay. So overall, these guys actually have 1 less range, but they have 1 more attack. They're really not that bad. Viper just yoinking a relic while he's out there. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, something Viper could do here is he could have headed his way over here and found the stock. He hasn't done that yet. He could be in on this with some ships, but he's going to the Imperial Age. He's not bothering with anything other than going to the Imperial Age. He's just kind of chilling, kind of hanging out, going to the Imperial Age, making another monk. The question is, does Liereyy call it when Imperial Age comes in? Here comes a knight. That will kill both of these. Ooh, I forgot about how good Pro's micros are. Micro is. I was going to say 1 mangonel or knight clears up all of that, but not when you hit the knight with your mangonel shots. Viper in the Imperial Age. Liereyy hasn't called it yet, but we're seeing a transition into knights, that's for sure. Cavalier. We got siege in there. We got knights coming out on the front. Husbandry, actually. But we got knights coming out at home for the defense. Knight, I should say. Well, could just go condos. Doesn't even need to make knights. Viper just focusing on the water. Just not dying on land and focusing on the water. These mangonels are dead. At what point does Liereyy call it? That's just my only question at this point. Why are you still in the game? He's now clicked up to Imperial Age. He's trying to get back on water himself. The Viper is over here. Viper's got all kinds of ships on the water. Viper can just transition. He's got shipwright. He's just... He now sees this castle being added by Liereyy. So Lierey's absolutely not giving up. But Galleon, Bracer, Chemistry, it's all coming in. Viper's taking control of the central island. He's going to put a castle on this island. There's just zero... I think there's just zero opportunities for Liereyy to come back. Like, not that the chances are slim. I think they are zero. There's so many different ways Viper could have won this and can still win this that I don't foresee a world in which Liereyy comes back. So much of his eco is ranged by this water. He's making a monastery now. Viper is here in the middle already. Liereyy just, he doesn't have anything. He's getting ballistics. He's getting fast fires. He's clicking everything. His score is going to go wild. Galleons and fast fires. No, this is so... Why, though? Okay, he didn't build the castle here. He ended up building it over here. But this castle's going to come up. Chemistry now coming in. That's going to allow cannon galleons, which you are going to see because there's absolute water control by the Viper here. 36 to 16 in the military, and that's 20 versus 10 on the water. It does have to back out from under this castle, and Liereyy finally calls the GG. Let's check the statistics out. And basically, that game came down to the landing. There's just a little bit of a landing. Liereyy couldn't deal with it, and that was the end of the game. That was it. So I'm not sure why this play went so long. Military Viper 97 to 57. Buildings 10 to 1. Army high 37. There's nothing he didn't have better. Economy. More wood, food, gold, and stone, and relic gold collected. Just absolutely everything. Technology. Faster to the feudal age, castle age, imperial time, and better research and better, society. More villagers, more fishing ships, total and current on both of those. Liereyy did have more castles. That was gonna be the same in just a second. And APM, let's see who was faster. Liereyy takes the lead in one stat, and that is APM. Now, like I said, that is Viper's best map. That is Lierey's worst map. So I don't think necessarily that that's all, the series is definitely not all said and done here. That's for sure. I'm waiting for the next game to pop up. It says they're still in the... Okay. Yeah. Still says Islands team game for these players. So they haven't gotten any further just yet. They should get it started pretty soon, though. Okay, the next one's going to be on Scandinavia. Now, I wonder if I can... I don't know the draft. Oh. Okay, we're going to try something. Okay. Scandinavia gonna be starting up here in about 120 seconds. We have Mongols for Liereyy and Japanese for the Viper, so we can get the conversation in about the civilizations on Scandinavia. Hybrid map. Mongols are good on Scandinavia because of all the hunt, so they'll get a very fast uptime. Japanese are good because very tough fishing ships, which kind of helps out against that very fast uptime, but Mongols are definitely a good civilization on these hybrid but land-focused maps. Let me transition to make sure everything is ready to go. 60 seconds and we should be in. Yeah, there we go. Getting things ready to go. Alright, 60 seconds or less and we should be in. The Japanese, though, very good civ here for every situation in this game. This is a very defensible game, so we're going to see a lot of booming. I think we're going to see, though, the Mengadai and Hustler play doesn't really hit its stride in this game quite as much because it's very static. So I think it's going to be about who gets the eco down and the timing to Imperial Age down. That's just going to be my opinion. I think it's going to be about the imp timing, so I think we're looking at another long game. Should be in any second now. Okay, less than 10 seconds and we should be in. 9 villagers start for this Warlords tournament, so some pretty good stuff there. And we are in the Viper playing here in the yellow, and Liereyy playing as the in the orange as the Mongols. Now, this Scandinavia generation has given each of one of them a back sliver of water, so that faster timing that you get with the Mongols is not going to be helpful. However, this is much more open than I remember Scandinavia being. So this Warlord Scandinavia map is not quite so congested and crowded as the general Scandinavia map. Something that is important to note. So these players will be able to fish boom at base. This is interesting though. Definitely scout out here, and this is a tournament like full laming is expected. we are probably going to see Liereyy take this pig back with him. Well, maybe not that big. Maybe this pig. Viper does get these 2 sheep in. I think they're going to get in just in time. This villager has to wall up. Did wall up. Okay, already did. So, another advantage. These scouts have a much better line of sight for Liereyy than they do for Viper. So, a lot of times that is used to steal pigs. Steal boars and things like that. He missed that boar by a couple tiles. Unfortunate for him. The Japanese faster working fishing ships are really going to come into play here, as Viper already has a fishing ship out. Liereyy, he's going to pull something here. Liereyy has not made a dock. Liereyy is just playing this as a land game. We're going to see a very quick scout rush. A very quick scout rush. Has to be the play. Liereyy is now going to be looking for his own deer patch. Gonna find it. Taking 2 sheep home with him. Are those Viper sheep? I don't think they're Viper sheep. I think they're Liereyy sheep. Yep, Liereyy finding his sheep now, gathering them in, and finds his massive deer patch. 8 deer, or these are ibexes. 8 ibex there. It's probably ibex for plural, not ibexes. Whatever. And already on the way up the feudal age, 17 population, 16 villagers. Try that sometime in your own games at home and see. Oh, thank you for the comment. I will update the result. Viper taking game number 1. Thank you. I don't know how long ago you said that. I just noticed it, even though it's the only message. But anyway. Yeah, Liereyy moving forward with the villager to drop the barracks, probably, because there's no barracks at home. So Liereyy going to be dropping a forward barracks on the Viper. And, oh, trying to get in the forward dock, but Viper scouts that out. That's not for a barracks, then. That's for a dock over here. So Liereyy going for that fast feudal time, and still, even though they're on opposite sides of the map, going to try to take water control away from Viper. So that's the shenanigan that we're looking at. The villager does die for Liereyy. However, Viper scout, very weak, has to run away, and this dock is going to go up, but the timing is not going to be at all what Liereyy wanted. Viper is going to be able to make it to the feudal age in time to defend this. 1 minute and 4 seconds. This dock has to get up and start creating fire galleys before this one's ready. Viper may or may not know about this one. Obviously doesn't know, but he may or may not expect it. And Viper loses his scout, and that is important. It means he's definitely not going to see this. Is he going to recognize it's probable? That's likely. Since that effort was made on the right side, he'll expect it here on the left side as well. But 2 dock. Okay. Just 1 second. Back up. Back up. No. Come on. All right, we're going to have to get the game right back up. Just a second. Internet blinked out for a second, and we lost the game. So, back to the dashboard, and back to spectating. Come on. Alright, we'll be right back in. And right back, probably a few seconds ahead of where we were, but we will be back in just a second. So, alright, well, back at the beginning. We're just going to speed through this. We already know how this all goes down. I don't know what causes that. Definitely need to get my internet addressed, and certainly plan to in the near future. We've seen all of this before. This villager over here gets spotted out. Viper takes it down. This villager over here comes over and gets the docks up. 1 dock, 2nd dock. And now we're caught up to where we were. Viper is up, making fire ships, and we're going to catch up to live time. 3 fire galleys coming out here, 4 of them. You can see these fishing ships are tanky, but not tanky enough. And Viper definitely losing some. Now we are caught up to live time. Oh, welcome to live time. Caught up to live time. Viper gonna struggle here. So the play did work for Liereyy. Lierey's taken Viper off a fish for now. And the Viper getting fletching. He's going to be switching. Okay, he's taking a land-focused approach. Since he's lost water, he's going straight onto the land. But this is a pretty wallable map, and Liereyy has it walled up already. Viper, not completely going to give up the water, but he's just pretty far behind on it. Liereyy already transitioning onto fishing ships of his own on Viper's side. Liereyy almost missed this spot, so this will be the vulnerable spot. But even that 265 HP on that house, so even that house is more tough than the palisade wall. So Viper gonna try to find somewhere else to pressure. There is nowhere to pressure. Can annoy this wood line. It's gonna take a long time for a villager to go down, and Liereyy can always move to this wood line, which is plenty large enough, or this wood line, plenty large enough for that not to happen. Viper gonna take out a galley here, though, I think. Fishing ship will be used to block. Smart play. Loses a galley. I'm not sure necessarily Viper's play here. Liereyy did pull off, I think, what he wanted to. Okay, Viper just headed up here. Gonna take Liereyy off of his fish, but guess what? Liereyy doesn't have any. So Viper is going to be fishing on Lierey's side. And actually Viper doesn't think he does, because he automatically queued up a fishing ship right after that. So knows what's going on. It's going to be able to be a little bit annoying, but I think from here the game just moves into the castle age. Don't see any way that this changes. Yep. And Lierey's definitely not doing any more in the feudal age, dropping down some more palisade walls. So let's think about the castle age then, I guess. Looks like Viper is just the barest bit ahead. However, a market does balance that out. Overall resources pretty similar. Well, there's no market though. So no market here for Liereyy. So Viper is definitely going to be up to the castle age first, and making crossbows is going to be my expectation. And a dock added up here by Liereyy. This is important. He knows that Viper's here, and he's going to make a fire galley and try to get out on these fish. But it's only 2 fishing ships. It's not that many. Oh, that's what these walls are about. These walls are about transport. So Liereyy really investing in the walling. Viper, is he going to transport? No. Nope. Probably sees what Lierey's done. Isn't going to bother transporting. He gets a villager kill. I'm not sure what a villager was doing out here. And that poor lady got a little confused. Oh, she was the one from over here. Heading back home, gets caught out. So the Eco KD 2-4 in favor of Liereyy so far. And the Viper didn't have to transport. I don't know what I was talking about. Gets in simply by breaking down this wall. Which that's why Liereyy was walling behind. Not going to be able to do anything with 2 archers around the TC. Might get that villager? No, definitely not. Liereyy has been forced into very inefficient ecos, and like I thought, about 30 seconds faster castle time there for the Viper. And we don't have any stone for Liereyy, so it's not going to be a castle right away. It's probably going to be crossbows against, well, I don't know. Liereyy hasn't even chosen anything yet. Whoops. Because his wood eco has been so disrupted, and I think the Viper has really given himself an advantage here. With the wood eco being so disrupted. Like this, adding another dock. It's going to say he wants a dock. You always want a dock. With the wood eco being so disrupted for Liereyy, Viper is well ahead in this land battle. And 2 town centers immediately added for the Viper. Gonna be looking at eco. And this is what Viper does. He loves to take little advantages and let them stack up over time. Little strategic advantages. Let them stack up and eventually turn that into a winning play. War Galley coming in for both players. Going to be in here in 4 seconds for the Viper. I think he's stepped out here just a little too soon. Nope, he survives. Okay. War Galley going to be in soon, though, for Liereyy as well. So he's just running away waiting for that upgrade. Viper is adding another fire ship here, though. So it's trying to even that up. Keep Liereyy honest. Liereyy adding another town center and siege workshop. So that's what he's going into. Really seems a little awkward. Market now being added by the Viper. So Viper is behind 36 to 41 on the eco units. So I'm not sure quite what's up with that. I guess the minute 33 of idle TC time will do that to you. But 2 town centers now versus just the 1. There's a demo ship hanging out here for Liereyy. Somewhere there's one for the Viper. There it is. Okay, so here's where the big fight's going on, but a demo ship for Liereyy as well. And I think Viper gets pushed off of this, at least for the time being. But he's got a demo ship. Maybe not. Alright, I take it back. He's actually got the advantage. Viper pushes Liereyy back. Now Lierey's got more. And Liereyy has 2 docks to produce, so Viper always loses. Just in the end, when it's 1 versus 2 dock, you always lose. Lots of annoying units hanging around Lierey's base, though, for the Viper, who is really struggling with his food eco, though. It's hard to keep town centers working when you only have 6 on food, 5 on food. He's working on that, getting farms up. Cavalry archers from the Japanese. Interesting. Interesting. Didn't expect that, but I guess instead of getting the crossbow upgrade, just going to cavalry archers. Since they've made crossbowmen more expensive, you can just make cav archers instead. We've already got fletching, but no bodkin just yet. So Viper's going to need to get bodkin. If he's going cav archers, he needs to drop a stable and get bloodlines and husbandry to make that work. And he's continuing to push out fire ships over here on his own side. And over here, just 1. I don't think this is just a fake to make Liereyy wonder. Is he still trying to retain this? No, he's not. Just the 1. Oh, Cav Archer got in. Oh wow, right there. There was a hole. Not sure how that hole ended up there. Couple villagers going down now. Viper 9 to 7 on the eco KD, now ahead there. And Scorpion defense, that's what you want to make against cav archers, because with upper level players like Viper and Liereyy, your mangonels are going to be useless because you're never going to hit cav archers. They'll just micro and micro and micro. Scorpions, you can actually hit the cav archers. So I like the Scorpion play from Liereyy, but it looks tough. It looks tough, right? Viper has so many little advantages right now. He's got military control on land. He has lost this water, but he's taking back his own side of the water. He's got 3 town centers versus just now adding the 3rd one. He's evened up the eco count completely and is ahead in the eco KD, even with significant more eco idle TC time. It's definitely evened up. Evened up the eco count. Adding a siege workshop forward. Liereyy doesn't know about that. I'm fairly positive. Don't know if... Yeah, there's no way he can know about that. So the siege will probably not come as a surprise. You probably expect it at this point, given the way the game is going. And Liereyy wants to get a castle up, but it's going to be a while yet. So he's looking at the long game, looking at Mangadai, looking at a castle. Viper just really playing passive and preparing for the move. Trying to get ready for the move. When he's ready to make it, he'll make it, and not sooner. Oh, Viper gets in. Got these little holes on either side that Viper keeps running in, and it's just to annoy Liereyy. There's not a whole lot of real damage he can do here. He can snipe off these fishing ships, though. There is that. Kills off a monk, so Liereyy was just walking monks out for relics with no military control. Not the best play, generally. Generally not what you want to do. And now he's lost 2 monks. 200 gold down the drain for no return on investment. Mangonel's coming out for both players now. So that siege workshop already added is certainly helpful. And we're getting back to a siege battle. Stalemated game. So we get the siege battle once again. Viper has this hill. which makes it very hard for Liereyy to engage against him. This hill means the shots coming uphill do 25% less damage. The shots going downhill do 25% more damage. Liereyy, though, able to push both of these mangonels back, although not kill them. Villagers now coming forward to repair. 5 villagers forward to repair. That's a lot forward to repair. And the Viper, he's got these cav archers out, sends them back home. Cav archers over here also sent back around. So, oh wow. What? Whose were those? Gotta rewind. Gotta rewind. Is that a 1-for-1? Okay, it's a 1-for-1. Alright. Catching back up to live time. Now we're back at live time. Viper gets another one. So Viper winning this little battle as well. Does have his whole island cleared and able to add some fishing ships, which he's immediately doing. Or, not island, his water strip cleared. Stuck in islands mode. Not the game we're playing right now. Outpost, very important in these mangonel micro battles. That way you can see, ooh, the castle is coming up, so it did get enough on stone to get a castle up, and that makes things a bit more complicated here. So now I think we're going to be looking at Liereyy trying to hold on and get to the Imperial Age, which he's very close to, and Viper is going to transition and look at going to the Imperial Age himself. Is still making enough mangonels to keep Viper honest, make sure Viper's still fighting, paying attention. But not enough to really truly defend, not enough to slow down his imp time significantly. Obviously anything you make, slowing it down a little bit, spending resources that could go towards imp, but it's going to be clicking up here in just a few seconds. Has the gold almost, and Liereyy going up to Imperial Age. Viper very close though. Looked like he was kind of far away. Wasn't actually. Obviously not doing it in this town center. Should be this one right here in the middle. Nope, all the way at the back. As long as it's not this one, it doesn't really matter. Viper also on the way up to Imperial Age. Only about 6 or 8 seconds slower. Gets another mangonel kill. Now Viper, yeah, I was going to say needs the stone for a castle. Guess what? Guess what Viper already has? He's got the stone for a castle. Viper getting in the relics, making skirmishers and the cav archers. It looks like... Well, I guess my pre-game prediction about this game headed to the Imperial Age was accurate. It's going to be a little bit of fighting back and forth, and it's going to be about eco getting to the Imperial Age. Viper going with a very aggressive castle, wants that gold mine to be denied, leaving his opponent with just this gold mine. Viper can actually see this town center, which is interesting. This is risky from Viper. I don't think he needs to do this. I think this is too aggressive. This could backfire terribly. He's got the villagers in the wrong position. This could really backfire. Okay, the town center does go down, which changes things. Viper adding another castle on this hill behind, just in case his first one doesn't work out. It didn't backfire. He gets it up. He's got the siege here to make it happen. Even against the Mangadai, even though they're sniping the siege off, the skirmishers, they're not even elite skirms. Elite skirm just now coming in. Hasn't had to pay the price for it. Gets the castle up. But that was dicey. I did not like that move. And Viper actually beating Liereyy to the Imperial Age. Incredible stuff. Incredible. I forgot. No, that he just beat him. That's incredible. Viper up to imp. Trebuchet coming out. It's 113 eco to 96 eco. So pretty similar eco. 3 TC versus 3 TC. Militaries in 19 to 13. Hussars are going to be the name of the game then for Liereyy. Trebuchet out. Goes up on the hill. I like that. He moves the Treb up onto the hill to begin firing. Second Treb going to be coming out. And Liereyy is already out here. Are we going to see Kataparuto? Faster firing trebuchets? Wow. And both players out here trying to add another castle. The Viper right there on the villagers of Liereyy. Viper adding one himself on the right side. Way out on the right side. I'm not really sure about that one. If he had the military here, why didn't he add it here? Well, I don't know. We'll see. He might lose this one. This one was very forward. Very aggressive. More trebs coming out from everybody. Viper does have the hill. Gets more damage on these shots. And it's going to be a crossbow switch. One castle down for Liereyy. Now, the difference is these guys are good at sniping off siege. Crossbows are not. So these have to be protected at all times. Skirmishers heading in looking for damage. Liereyy says, I can't deal with this. I've got to go find some damage. Heading across to look for some damage, and I don't think this castle gets up in time. It's been over here being built forever. If you're going to build a castle with 2 villagers, you might as well get treadmill crane. It's going to get denied. Skirmishers in Lierey's base. 125 to 95 on the eco. And now this castle may go up after all. Because the Mengadai just heading right in to the Viper's base. Liereyy fighting with villagers. The monks come forward. Viper did lose a castle, but Lierey's lost both of his castles. Doesn't really have any other military production. Making a step lancer calls the GG. Good game. We're going to give the result. That's a 2-0 so far for Viper in this best of 7 semi-final. Great stuff from the Viper. Just looking clean. Looking like the strategic master that we know that he is. Making better decisions. You can see again, military better, economy better, tech better, society better. Just little advantages in every single category, turning it into a snowball win. Definitely look close with that forward castle, the Treb Wars. You know, if the timings weren't just right, I think it could have gone the other way, but Viper knew. Viper knew the timings. Ended the game there with a nice army high, collected more of every resource, and had the faster castle time by 6 seconds. Sorry, imp time by 6 seconds. Massive difference there. And ended up with a lot more villagers and fishing ships in the end. And again, very similar APMs to last time, 90 to 83. Let's see what the next game is going to be. Get over to spectator dashboard. And what do we have? Socotra is the next game. All right. Very cool. Let's get this to that. So we're going to see Socotra. We don't see the civilizations just yet. The players are in the lobby. Have not launched the game just yet. Socotra, definitely a fun map though. Still waiting on the players to start the game. Viper is looking strong so far in this tournament. I haven't gotten to see a lot of it. I've been pretty busy, but what I have gotten to see is Viper beating Liereyy, so that's pretty strong from the Viper. He's hard to beat when he's on his game. And he's on his game pretty much all the time. Viper is definitely the Age of Empires GOAT, even if he may not be always the best player. Occasionally he gets beat now, especially by Mr. Yo, who had that massive stretch against him, like 11 games in a row or something, in tournaments or show matches. So looks like the players may be taking a little bit of a break. I'm gonna run get something to drink, and I'll be right back. back. Let's see if the game has started. Yep. 60-second wait, and we'll be in. My energy levels are not quite there, so I didn't want to do this as videos. I knew the quality of the cast wouldn't be there. Haven't really eaten anything yet today. I'm about to, so that's why. Also, I didn't know if I could do all of them. Is gonna have to go eat. Pretty soon here. I think I have about 25 minutes. So unless Viper wins this one very quickly, and then wins the next one very quickly, I'm not going to be able to get to see the whole thing. Make sure everything's going according to plan. Yes, it is. All right. We are in. It is Socotra. Welcome to one of the craziest maps you'll ever see in this Age of Empires game. We have the Viper playing as the Khmer up against the Liereyy as the Saracens. This is a map where you bring your elephant in right away, because if you don't, your enemy might just steal it. Both players probably going to be looking at getting a loom fairly soon as well to go lame the opponent. Doesn't look like either elephant's going to be stolen. That much is good. And pushing in the zebras right away as well. That way they don't get killed off by your opponent. We're doing some kind of laming tactics. Yep, here goes the villager. Dropping a house for Liereyy. Now, the Khmer don't have to build their prerequisite buildings for anything. In other words, you can build a siege workshop without building a blacksmith. Yes, that's a thing. You have to build a siege workshop before building a blacksmith. And we have a bot. Well, that is fun. Well, let's see what we can do about that. I want that. Okay. Guess what? I don't know what to do about bots. It's unfortunate. Okay, I'll move this. No, don't do that. Alright, well, we have a bot. Anyway, don't know what to do about that. That's alright. We will just hopefully ignore that. Back to the game. Doesn't look like either player is lambing the other one, which is a surprise. Pretty rare to see that. Pretty much always a lot of lambing going on in this map. Barracks coming up and feudal age on the way. Viper definitely a little quicker with the feudal age. Something that you're able to do with the Khmer generally, because he doesn't need as much on wood. He's going to be able to go straight into whatever he wants to go into. Liereyy dropping the barracks and going on to gold. Viper already on gold a bit. I don't know really exactly the difference in the play that is likely to happen. Liereyy walling up a bit. Viper immediately dropping the archer range halfway across the map. This is a little bit of distance between these players for a Socotra map. scout fight happening in the middle. Very even, 14 to 15 on the HP. But Viper disengages and runs away from that one. Archery range on the way up for Liereyy as well. Viper, though, already has an archer in production. Gonna have one out very soon. Spearman is out, though, for Liereyy. So, archer range up now for Liereyy, and gonna be getting his own archers out. So, probably going to see heavy investment on gold by the Saracens and a market. And on the other side, Viper probably going to be very aggressive all-in style play with the Khmer Eco. Their farming is awesome. You can see he's just farming over here. Just farming in the middle of nowhere because they teleport their food into where it needs to be. Viper already onto the berries of Liereyy and denying them very soon. As the archers are 1-to-1, neither person has... No, I take it back. Liereyy has fletching. No, Viper has fletching. Liereyy does not. I feel like the players switched sides on me. They did, actually. Switch sides on me. Might be a way to fix that. Let's... Yeah. There we go. Back how it was. Much better. So, Viper has fletching, Liereyy does not. Liereyy, Naya building a blacksmith is very much walled in here. Blacksmith getting forced down here for Liereyy. The Viper hasn't really been able to put in a lot of pressure. And has more idle TC time, so actually Liereyy is 2 villagers ahead, is only 2 military behind, and does very similar in the resources. But once the market comes down, which it is down. Ooh, nice. Viper has walled in Liereyy scout, just for funsies. Always love it when that happens. Liereyy gonna be breaking, or Viper gonna be breaking into Lierey's base, though. Liereyy gonna head forward and look at Viper's base. So, now another nice Khmer bonus is they can hop inside of the houses, and I think that's what we're gonna be seeing. Villagers hopping into the houses. Well, I just got some food. I had a little bite to eat. And let's look back at the game. Unfortunately, no, that wasn't my meal. So after this game, we're going to be done. Especially if Viper wins, it's pretty hard for Liereyy to come back from a 3-1 deficit. Very even right now. Very even right now between both players, and Liereyy trying to get his way up to the castle age, probably gonna, well, definitely gonna be able to do so faster than the Viper with the market bonus of the Saracens. Viper trying to get up as soon as possible. Viper does have a higher score, but that doesn't tell the tale, as Liereyy gonna be clicking up. Boom, now Viper, you can see these bars are not filled up, which means it's not ready to click up. Now you can see he doesn't need any buildings. You can see that reflected actually in the scoreboard, which is pretty cool. It is 14 to 11 for the military, but that's not a big difference. Actually, the exact same number of archers. Just there are a couple skirmishers for Liereyy. For the Viper that Liereyy doesn't have. Where are all the archers? There's 11 of them. Oh wow, they're all inside this archery range. Both players need to add another archery range, but neither player's been able to do so. Viper now also on the way up to the next stage. Viper unable to get in and find any damage. Liereyy not either finding damage. Now Viper able to take out most of Liereyy's army right before Castle Age. That's actually massive. Now only 9. Well, it's still 9-9, but the 13-9. It's much better to take out those archers, or this, yeah, archers before their crossbows. Siege Workshop immediately being added, so we can see kind of what the plan is. And Viper trying to get Liereyy to stay at his base, but Liereyy going to be building the Siege Workshop to stay at his base. In this house, that doesn't have any HP. These crossbows are going to be annoying. Viper gonna have to hop inside the houses, hide away. Yeah, hops in, runs away. But this is gonna go down in a hurry. This is not good enough. Should have walled that while he had the chance. It's too late now. And now Viper in the Castle Age has to head home. He's got an army. He's got to get upgraded knights on the way for the Viper already. And Siege Workshop being added by him as well. These crossbows decided not to come in. Viper's only lost one villager there. Only one eco kill this entire game. A very passive Socotra game. Very rare to be passive. So now it's 9 crossbowmen versus 12. There's a couple non-elite skirmishers in there. Bodkin in now for both players. Siege Workshop out as well. Monks here to convert the knights. So this is a monk siege crossbow push by Liereyy with the Saracens up against Viper, trying to make the defense happen with the Khmer. One of the best civs to do so. Khmer are pretty annoying to try to pressure because of the hopping in the houses. He's got a Scorpion out. No, he's got a Mangonel coming out. Changed his mind. No, he does have the Scorpion. Okay. And these are long-range sniper Scorpions. You can see 7 range. No. Sorry. What's the range? 7 + 1, 8 range. Yeah, there we go. Mangonel and Scorpion. Scorpion goes down. Redemption is already in. That's a pretty big deal. This is getting converted. For sure converted. 2 Mangonels. Liereyy looks to be bringing this one back. This pressure looks like something Viper may not be able to deal with. Siege is not coming out fast enough for Viper, especially when he loses it to the monks of Liereyy. Liereyy taking Viper off of that gold. These golds up here are now where he has to move, but he doesn't have any gold at the moment. Nobody on gold, and hardly any gold. He's not using gold. I guess he's just going to give up his base. Viper giving up his base and heading forward to Liereyy's base. What else is he supposed to do, he says. He feels like he's in a lot of trouble. But now the fight coming in. Big fight, big fight. Knight converted as well, and the monk didn't go down. That's a big play, and now Viper in trouble. I don't think we're long for this game. Viper still has enough military, 42 to 41 in the eco as well, to make this last a little bit longer. The comeback potential is not gone. It's not GG, but I think Liereyy just executes from here. All right, Liereyy just continues this pressure. He's got a knight from Liereyy, or from Viper. And these monks can come in. They can even convert the Siege Workshop. I wouldn't be too shocked to see that done. Yes, a mangonel coming out. The monks are going to be aware. Needs to spread the monks out. If he just pops out and gets all the monks, that could be a big deal. No, he goes for the crossbows, and he's just going to lose it to the monks. Oh, he does get a mangonel, but he loses it. I think it would have been better if he had gone for the monks. Oh, no, all the crossbowmen. All of Viper's army going down. Liereyy taking control of this game. GG called, and that's where I'm going to end it. Well, let's talk about the statistics real quick. And that's a win for Liereyy. So you can see military for Liereyy, eco for Liereyy, technology for the Viper. But that 1715 KD actually still in favor of the Viper. But Liereyy just got too much pressure in that Viper wasn't able to hold. The timing's in favor of Liereyy when it mattered. That timing, the Castle H timing. Very passive game for Socotra. Neither player had their eco hit yet. And you can see the Viper showed off his speed this game. 94 APM, very fast player. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you want to see more stuff like this, consider subscribing. If you like this live stream, drop a like on the video. If not, that's all right. And hopefully, I'll get the bot situation cleared up. Won't have to deal with that anymore. All right.